Love means never having to say you're sorry. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. When you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you, I will not pursue you, but if you don't, I will look for you, I will find you, and I will kill you. Nobody is gonna hit as hard as life, but it ain't how hard you can hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. It's how much you can take, and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. If you focus on what you left behind, you will never be able to see what lies ahead. To see the world, things dangerous to come to see behind walls, to draw closer, to find each other and to feel, that is the purpose of life. The very things that hold you down are going to lift you up. My life has no big meaning or direction or purpose, and I'm happy. How many times do I have to teach you, just because something works doesn't mean it can't be improved? It's what you do right now that makes a difference. A laugh can be a very powerful thing. Why? Sometimes in life, it's the only weapon we have. Beginnings are scary, endings are usually sad, but it's the middle that counts the most. Try to remember that when you find yourself at a new beginning, just give hope a chance to float up. Our lives are not fully lived if we're not willing to die for those we love, for what we believe. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb inside of his skin and walk around in it. For the good old American life, for the money, for the glory, and for the fun, mostly for the money. I wouldn't expect you to understand this, but it's a great comfort for a girl to know she could not possibly sink any lower. They say when you meet the love of your life, time stops, and that's true. What they don't tell you is that when it starts again, it moves extra fast to catch up. It's a fool that looks for logic in the chambers of the human heart. A heart can be broken, but it keeps beating just the same. They say when you meet the love of your life, time stops. We fell in love, despite our differences, and something rare and beautiful was created. The truth is I gave my heart away a long time ago, my whole heart, and I never really got it back. I would rather have 30 minutes of wonderful than a lifetime of nothing special. And sometimes you love a person just because they feel like home. You can't change who people are without destroying who they were. The greatest thing you will ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Our love is like the wind, I can't see it, but I sure can feel it. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. I would rather share one lifetime with you than face all the ages of this world alone. It was a million tiny little things that, when you added them all up, they meant we were supposed to be together, and I knew it. I knew it the very first time I touched her. It was like coming home, only to no home I'd ever known. I was just taking her hand to help her out of a car and I knew, it was like magic. I knew I'd never be able to remember what Nina wore that day, but I also knew I'd never forget the way she looked. I will return, I will find you, love you, marry you, and live without shame. Faith is believing in things when common sense tells you not to. It's Christmas Eve, it's the one night of the year when we all act a little nicer, we smile a little easier, we cheer a little more. You can mess with a lot of things, but you can't mess with kids on Christmas. If you're worried and you can't sleep, count your blessings instead of sheep, then you'll fall asleep counting your blessings. I never thought it was such a bad little tree. It's not bad at all really, maybe it just needs a little love. The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. It's only a passing thing, this shadow, even darkness must pass, a new day will come, and when the sun shines it will shine out the clearer. A laugh can be a very powerful thing. Why? Sometimes in life, it's the only weapon we have. Let's just allow ourselves to be whatever it is we are. You know how everyone's always saying, seize the moment? I don't know, I'm kinda thinking it's the other way, like the moment seizes us. The more you know who you are, and what you want, the less you let things upset you. You control your destiny, you don't need magic to do it, and there are no magical shortcuts to solving your problems. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something, not even me, alright? You dream, you gotta protect it. People can't do something themselves, they wanna tell you you can't do it. If you want something, go get it, period. There should be no boundaries to human endeavor. We are all different. However bad life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. While there's life, there is hope. Everything that made that giant tree is already contained inside this tiny little seed. All it needs is some time, a little bit of sunshine and rain, and voila! Now, you might not feel like you can do much now, but that's just because, well, you're not a tree yet. You just have to give yourself some time. You're still a seed. Some people can't believe in themselves until someone else believes in them first. It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. It is not our abilities that show what we truly are, it is our choices. Why are you trying so hard to fit in when you were born to stand out? Oh yes, the past can hurt, but you can either run from it or learn from it. If we didn't do what we loved, we wouldn't exist. At some point you've got to decide for yourself who you're gonna be. Can't let nobody make that decision for you. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. I'm scared of everything. I'm scared of what I saw. I'm scared of what I did, of who I am, and most of all, I'm scared of walking out of this room and never feeling the rest of my whole life the way I feel when I'm with you. Sometimes I wish I had never met you, because then I could go to sleep at night not knowing there was someone like you out there. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Remember those posters that said, "Today is the first day of the rest of your life"? Well, that's true of every day but one, the day you die. The best love is the kind that awakens the soul and makes us reach for more. That plants a fire in our hearts and brings peace to our minds. And that's what you've given me. That's what I'd hoped to give you forever.